What's going on, everybody? Trey, how are you doing, buddy?
David, I'm doing fantastic, buddy. It's good to see you again. How are
Me-
you?
I'm tired.
Man, I get it. I
See,
get it.
a lot of people don't understand that we're getting closer to CMA Fest, and the workhorses and everything is just like everybody's working. Julie was getting emails at like 1 o'clock in the morning the other
Oh,
night,
oh yeah.
and I'm getting them in the middle of the night, and I'm like, "Holy crap!
It's getting real.
It's getting real,
Yeah,
man."
man. Yep.
I can't wait. So what you know what stage you're playing or anything or
I am actually so it's kind of a crazy thing going on with me at CMA Fest. I'm not playing CMA Fest this year. I got invited to do my first ever Carolina Country Music Festival. So I'll
Oh,
be in South Carolina. So that's like the biggest country music festival in South Carolina, and I dreamed about playing it.
yeah.
Pretty much from the time I've been. They started it. So they called me this year. It's funny how you live in that area and you play down there for a long time, and they never ask you to do it. And then I come to Nashville, and they asked me to play it. So man, I'm so honored and excited to do that. But I will be doing an autograph signing, I believe, on Thursday. So I think
Right.
my thing I'm doing Country for a Cause on Wednesday, and then Thursday I'm doing an autograph signing at CMA Fest, and then Friday I leave out to go play the festival in South Carolina.
Right.
Yeah,
Uh,
so I get how busy everybody is. I'm
oh
going to
yeah,
be
it's
traveling a lot.
crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, it is just I think it's crazier this year and more packed than it was last year.
Yeah, I feel like everything's kind of getting back to normal from the pandemic and stuff. I feel like everything's really starting to swing again.
Oh yeah, I
I,
mean
I, I agree with you.
it's crazy. I mean there's I think CMA actually opened it up to where they're allowing us to be able to pick from meet and greets and all that other stuff and the stages and everything.
Yeah.
And it's going to be insane. I did 48 interviews last year. There's no telling how many. I have no clue.
Well, I hope that we get to run into each other there.
Oh yeah.
I'll
Uh,
shake your hand.
I think your butt's supposed to come up. So
Cool. Let's go. Let's go.
Julie sent me a smiley face and said Trey will be there, and I'm like, cool. I love it. So
Nice. I'll be ready. I'm excited, man.
it's a shame you got to have other people tell you stuff. Yeah.
I know, dude. Well, I'm the same way, man. I can't juggle all of it by myself. So if I didn't have somebody helping me with emails, and I'm not a very organized person.
Yep. Well, I'll
So
tell you what, that's the one thing that I do like because I've had a lot of guests on the show and everything and they've got that whole, mom and dad and family and support group going on and then they got the professionals helping them out and everything
yeah.
else and I'm just let me tell you something. There's something to be said for some people that actually know what you're about, know what you're trying to achieve and they're in your court.
Oh yeah.
I
Man,
love that.
well, the thing I find so cool about the music business is almost I would say in every circumstance, every artist, if you dig deep enough, you find that one person. There's that one person that's in the background that really helped them, that
Oh
really
yeah.
believed in them from the beginning. And I've been fortunate enough to find several people like that. So it's going good, man. It's going
Yeah,
good.
I mean
Just
it's
got to keep working hard.
and that leads me to I want to give you some kudos,
Cool. Thanks.
and it's on this one particular song you just released,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at the sheet because I want to make sure I get the name of it
That's
correctly.
all right, buddy.
She misses being Mrs.
Yes, sir.
Is that I'm saying that right?
You are saying it right. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
See, I think that's cool as I'll get out.
Well, thank you, man. I'm really proud of this one. This is the first single off of the new album that we're working.
Right.
So, I mean, honestly, we really have a good feeling about this next album coming up. And if this first single is any kind of inclination or hint to what's going to happen, it's a good sign, man. And ballads are notoriously hard to
Oh yeah.
get marketed on social media, because everybody, and it's okay. I mean, everybody nowadays, they want the party anthem. They want to hear. They want to. They're doom scrolling through their TikTok, and they want to see that thing that catches their eye real fast. And when you can stop them with a ballad
Mm-hmm.
and a message, then you're onto something really good. So I wrote that song with my buddy Aaron Loy and Jim Hawkins, and we've got a mysterious ghostwriter, a guy from Florida. We think his name is Brett Smith. I think something like that. Brett Smith, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, the way the story goes is Aaron was flying from Texas, where he lives, into Nashville to write with us.
Right.
And he happened to be on, sitting beside this old man. And the guy got to talking. They found out Aaron was a songwriter. And he said, I always wanted to be a songwriter, but never really had the time or the real drive to do it. But I've always had this hook, She Misses Being Mrs. And I don't know what we're going to do with it, or I don't know what I would ever do with it, but you take it, and if you can write it. So Aaron brought that hook to us, and man, we were like, man, that's great. So I think it was me that came up with the idea to make it about a war widow, about a fallen soldier and his wife. Right. But then the story just came together, and I knew immediately I wanted to record it, and everything just lined up perfectly because my producer Brandon Hood is super busy these days, and but I called him up. I said, hey man, I know we've already got we had already had 6 songs done, like in the can, before I wrote She Misses Being Mrs. And the one that's going to be the next single was going to be the first single, basically.
Right.
And I said, man, I really just want to do something real stripped down. We don't have to get crazy with production, just me and you. Find us a bass player and a drummer, and we'll just do it like that. And just so Brandon and a bass player and a drummer played on the album. You can hear how stripped down it is. It's just really basic. And I mean, we didn't even really do a vocal comp. For those of you out there that might not know, a vocal comp is basically when you get and you're doing your final vocal for the song. We basically did it old school style, where I sat in the booth while they played it and I sang the song. And I mean, I would just sing the song a bunch of times, and they had everything they needed, because there was just something in my voice was a little raspy that day, or a little tired. There was just something in my voice that day that had a lot of emotion in it. And we kept it, man. It was really cool. It's the first time I've ever done a real master recording like that. I've done demos like that before, but I've never done like, hey, this is what's going to go out to the people. And it was pretty cool, man. Well, you don't see that very. It's pretty rare nowadays.
Well, that's what's weird, because when I was doing recording and stuff for people back when I was earlier, that's how we did a lot of that stuff.
Yep. Amen. And it's like, I think that was more common, I think, back in the day. And they had reel-to-reel punching and stuff. They could punch reel back in the day. But you to get something super perfect and the way it is now was difficult back then. And it's just crazy. I've never been a part of doing something like that, and we just, it's probably because we were on a time crunch. We had to get it done. So then it's a good thing I can carry a tune a little bit.
Just a little bit. And that's what's crazy, because all this come about and everything, and then like the Atmos came in, and now you've got a whole nother spectrum of it and all this other stuff, and it's just it's crazy how all this stuff is going.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love auto-tune. I love perfect sounding records. I love hearing my voice sound perfect. But I do try to get the way that most producers work nowadays is they want you to get as close as you can. They want you to sing it as perfect as you can, humanly possible. And then they'll use, Melodyne or whatever to just make it perfect. But it's, you can hear and even, I mean, I can hear it when a guy or girl is like really Melodyne like crazy. Yeah. I can hear it. But it kind of always, when somebody over mixes my voice, it makes me sound robotic, and I don't like it. I never have liked that sound.
Yeah, but you've got the way your voice is. I mean, you've got a damn good voice.
Thanks, David. I appreciate that, man.
And you don't, as a producer, I wouldn't mess with that too much.
Well, that was the thing. I think part of the reason why I'm just absolutely loving working with Brandon is the quintessential country music producer. Like
Right.
he is making real country music. He's working with Ty Myers right now, which Ty's blowing up like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Doing Mackenzie Carpenter. I saw her at the Grand Ole Opry a couple months ago, and it was so surreal. I was with my buddy Sam, and he and I had bought tickets to go see Zach Top at the Opry. It's the first time I'd ever seen Zach Top play live.
Right.
And right before Zach came out, Mackenzie came out, and I said, well, "Where have I heard that name before?" And I figured out that Brandon was producing her. I think it's surreal that like this girl that's on the Opry stages,
Yeah.
being produced by a guy that's working with me now. So it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling, man. We've worked our butts off for the 3.5 years that I've been in Nashville. We've hit the ground running, and it's just every day I wake up optimistic that both if I'm being honest, both optimistic and impatient.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
I've always been that kind of guy. I've got a drive. I think a lot of people in my shoes would have given up a long time ago. And I felt like giving up, man. I don't take any of the credit, man. My wife, she keeps me going. I've wanted to quit several times, and she keeps me going.
The big thing is she puts up with you. So, I mean,
yeah, damn right. This is a crazy business. I know you know that, Dave. This is a crazy business, man.
Oh yeah,
This business is like the purest drug you've ever done. It is an addiction. There is no doubt about it. It is sometimes the best feeling in the world and sometimes the worst feeling in the world. But you can't imagine doing anything else.
Yeah.
Once this gets in your blood, you don't do anything else.
Exactly. And then when you stand on that stage and that energy comes together.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. There's nothing like it.
Amen. Amen. Not in a million years. I'd say I always try to divide the music business up into 3 sections, which is recording songs, making records, playing live shows, and then songwriting. So I love all 3 of them, but making records is definitely my favorite. But being on stage and entertaining the crowd is a close second for me. And I've always, and I have to say that when the crowd is really digging what we're doing, it's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
I'd have to say that when the crowd is just giving that energy right back to you, man, that's the best feeling in the world, man.
Well, see, I did Freedom Jam one year. I was the MC of the show.
Yeah.
And Taylor Hughes was there playing, and several other people, and the headliner was Morgan Miles.
Yeah. Cool.
And I introduced everybody, and then kind of walked right off the stage just a little bit. But when certain artists hit the stage, you could feel like an automatic energy increase of the whole area.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Morgan, that girl's got to work out 24/7 or something.
Yeah, man.
Have you ever seen her on stage? She is just like all over the freaking place.
That's one thing that's become very, very important to me over the past couple of years is exercising. I'm not in the shape that I completely want to be, but I've come a long way. And the artists that I see who have the most longevity, they're always, look at Kenny Chesney.
Yeah.
Dude's like 60 years old and just chiseled out of stone. Tim McGraw, another prime example. Just chiseled out of stone, man. So, I want to be like that, man. Because you do, man. You get out there and you want to run around and you want to give that crowd every ounce of your energy.
Oh yeah.
It takes a lot. I think I was just on the phone with a friend before I got on here with you, and we were talking about social media and people that are your team and people that help you. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of artists think if I get this person helping me, it'll get easier for me. If I get this person, it'll get easier. And what a lot of artists I think don't understand is that you double your own workload.
Yeah.
When you take on that aspect of, okay, now I've got a person helping me with my stuff. That's the key word, helping me. Yeah. Helping me do it. If I don't do it, this person's not going to do it either. Oh yeah. I have to be the one going, hey, let's do this. What about this idea? So you double your own workload. And if you're not eating, sleeping, breathing this business, because there ain't no money in it unless you're a big star. It is passion. It's just love and passion for it. You know what I mean?
Well, like I said, I got off work at 1:30 because everybody's got to have a day job.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Yeah.
I hauled butt here and got everything rolling. And I was just like, holy crap, you know. And then Caitlin hit traffic trying to get up here,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it
It's
was just
insane, man.
a get out, man.
I went over to a friend's house yesterday, or to his office, and I hit traffic on 440 in Nashville, and it said it was going to be like a 24-minute drive, and it took me
Yeah.
like 37 or 38 minutes to get there. Like, oh Lord,
Oh yeah.
it's insane.
A long time ago, I had a meeting. I can't say names, but I had a meeting downtown Nashville.
Yeah.
And it was with an artist. And I left Smyrna and the highway was clear. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
As soon as I get right there at Nashville with the split and everything,
Yeah.
dead stop. I was over 30 minutes late.
It's right when I come from Memphis direction, come from the west, and I hit 440 to go into Nashville every time, man. It's bad. Every time. If it's from 3:30 p.m. to 7 o'clock, you're gonna hit traffic.
And if there's a cop on the side of the road just sitting there, or he's writing a ticket, everybody slows down an extra 20.
Oh yeah.
I've never understood it.
It was crazy, man, because those all of those roads leading into Nashville, all those kind of interstate type roads, the speed limit's only like 55, and I'm like, why? No, I understand when it gets onto 440 and it's a lot of exits and stuff. I understand. Slower, but man, the interstate's like 55, but nobody pays attention to it, man. They're all whizzing by on 90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I left my house and was heading to Nashville.
Yeah.
I'm doing 70.
Yeah.
And I got people passing me doing 80, 90 miles an hour. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It just drove me nuts. But
and I can feel it. Nashville, living in town has definitely changed me driving wise, because I lived in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for a long time. And Myrtle Beach is especially North Myrtle, is very chill and very relaxed. Nobody's in a super big hurry to get anywhere.
Right.
So, I was used to driving like a country bumpkin. I'm just driving down the road. And now I don't drive like that anymore.
Yeah. Because
you can't drive like that. People will run you off the road or honk their horn at you.
Well, the way we used to drive, it was like 2 or 3 fingers on the steering wheel. Now it's like both hands.
Oh, yeah. White knuckling.
You got to do the NASCAR stance.
Yep. Amen, brother.
Rubbing is racing, by God.
Yeah. That's great.
When you gonna put the album out?
So I think we're gonna do. We don't even have a name. Well, I've got an idea of what I'm gonna call the album if all goes to plan, but I can't say it out loud yet because I don't want to say it and it not come to fruition. But what we always do with albums is we will finish the album and then we will start singling it. And that's kind of become our method, and it really is working good for us. We get a lot of we cut songs. I don't cut a song that I don't think can't stand on its own by itself.
Right, and you're on my playlist, so
thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate the stream, David. But it's like we get all the singles out. We usually try to release a song, every month, every 2 months, something like that is about what we shoot for. And then once every single's out, we'll put it together with an album cover, and we'll put it out, man. And it's that's what we did with the Wanted Man album, and the Wanted Man album has just streamed like crazy. It exceeded all my expectations, and I still don't have that million streaming song yet, but I feel like we're getting real close.
Well, me and some other song,
and I think that once one of them busts open, a lot of them will bust open. So that's kind of we feel like we're building this solid foundation. I've always been, like I said before, I'm impatient. I think a lot of people are. But I think we're building this solid. It's like building a house. You build a solid foundation, and then when it really hits, you're ready for it. So that's my faith and is strong that.
Yeah. Well, see, me Me and two or three other songwriters, we were having a conversation one day, and one thing I brung up, and they totally agreed with me. It was just weird how it works, but it works. Was you could come up with a ballad and it'll do good, and you can come up with, you know, she scratched his truck up and his 4-wheel drive and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But when you make funny type songs that prove a point,
oh yeah,
it's like they seem to go way higher than everybody else.
Yeah. And when country music's always had kind of a wink,
Yeah.
Elbow nudge type of vibe to a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like Queen of My Double Wide Trailer.
Oh yeah.
Or Goodbye Earl. Anything Dennis Lindy wrote, basically.
Oh yeah. Goodbye Earl was a good one.
Oh, I mean, anything Dennis Lindy ever wrote was amazing. So for me, it's like I've always kind of leaned into that for sure. I like a good funny song. I love a good tear-jerking heartbreak song. And I saw it was funny. I heard Bobby Bones talk about it on TikTok the other day. He said, "Where are all the sad country songs? Where did they all go?" You don't see a lot of them anymore because I think people usually want to hear something fast. They want to hear something fast. They want to hear something rocking. And I'm all for it. I kind of feel like the ballads are like the special prize inside the cereal box.
Right.
The song is the fast upbeat drinking party song is the cereal box, is the packaging. And you get somebody to love your music, and then they find that really heartfelt song, and then they fall in love.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the last real tearjerker, well, it was with me because some of the song resonated with what I'd been through, but was Sugarland Stay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, that was a hard one, man.
Yeah. Well, I know Riley Green's got a lot of them that are really well written, slower type songs that are real sad.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the title of the song, but he's got one about a homeless guy where he meets a homeless guy. And my wife showed me the song. She's a big fan of his, and she showed me the song a bunch of times. And but it never goes to radio. It's never a single. They never pick it as the single.
Yeah.
Which I think it's like, man, this song is better than a lot of songs on the radio. And it's always the love song, the Four on the Floor, Boots and Cats love song, or the party drinking song that gets to be the single. And I get it. Look, these people, these music executives, they're looking at analytics and they're seeing every little decimal and dot, and that's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. They're doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I just wish a few more of those really good ballads would break through every now. Where are the Paint Me a Birminghams? I think maybe the days of that are maybe gone. Hopefully they'll come back.
Well, see, Jason Aldean did a song, which I was like, when it come out and I heard it, I was like, dude, every truck driver in America is going to be listening to this song. And it was just it was an honest love between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
And he couldn't wait to get home to see her.
Yeah.
And it was just called This I Gotta See.
Oh, I remember This I Gotta See. Dude, those first couple albums he had, man, I used to wear those songs out.
Oh yeah.
My truck, man. I remember This I Gotta See. I thought you were going to talk about Asphalt Cowboy, but This I Gotta See. You're talking about can't count the barns I passed, painted red, white, and black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, but like you said, I mean, he had The Truth, which was a big ballad.
Yeah.
And, you just don't see those kind of songs anymore. And even if a song is balladish, it's always got kind of an upbeat backbeat behind it.
Right.
It might be ballad sentiment, but it's always got some kind of groove in the background. And people's tastes change. Who's to say that over the next couple of years ballads won't be the only thing that are hits? You never know. We could see it totally change, and country music could start sounding like Keith Whitley again, which would be great.
Well, I mean, when you come out with that song, I was just like, oh hell.
Yeah. Well, the simple fact of the matter, David, is that I'm just not afraid to take a risk. I never have been, and I never will be. We released a song called "Ballad of Righteous and Wrong," and it didn't stream hardly at all, but I am proud of it.
Yeah.
It is work I will stand by. Till the day I die, I will stand by that work. It's a cowboy murder ballad. It's a song
Yeah.
about two brothers in the Wild West, and it's just I love it. I played it at my Bluebird debut. I made my debut at the Bluebird about a week ago, and played it. And you could have heard. I mean, you can always hear a pin drop. Everybody's really cool in that place, but you could really, really hear a pin drop. Those people were so focused on the words of the song.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, I think you have to catch a person in the right mindset for a song like The Dance or Paint Me Birmingham. You have to catch them in the right or like I Can Still Make Cheyenne is a prime example.
Well,
you have to catch them in the right place.
The only thing you got to do is go back in history a little bit and just crank it up when you hear it. This Old Hat.
Yep. Amen. You know who I've been really digging lately, David?
Who?
Dan Seals.
Interesting.
I've been loving me some Dan Seals lately, man. I have listened to Bop every day for like the past month. And then I started, you know, because I knew Bop and I knew Everything That Glitters Ain't Gold. I knew that. I knew those two songs by him pretty well. And then I started listening to his catalog on Spotify, man. And there's one called Big Wheels in the Moonlight.
Yeah.
You ever heard that song?
No, I haven't heard that song. I'll have to go listen to it.
It's a trucker song. Well, I heard you talk about truckers. It's a trucker song, man.
Well, I mean, you know, you've been there and I've been over the road and everything else. And in the middle of the damn night when nobody's wanting to talk on the phone or anything else, if it ain't the CB radio, you're blasting tunes.
Yep. Amen.
You got to do something to stay awake.
You guys do something to stay awake, man. And so, yeah, go check out some Dan Seals. There's one, of course, I think there's one called God Must Be a Cowboy. That's a great song. I think there's one, If I Had Only One Friend Left, I'd Want It to Be You. He had a bunch of great. And see, I thought he was didn't have a lot of hits. And I was like, he did actually have more hits than I thought. So I just been loving me some Dan Seals lately. I've been really digging that 80s country sound, like the Eddie Ravens.
Oh, yeah.
I've always bugged my producer about doing a version of, there's a song that Eddie Raven has called I Need Another You.
Yeah.
I Need Another You, I think is what it's called. I said, man, I told Brandon, I said, we could do a modern version of this song. And it would you up the instrumentation. You modernize the recording and modernize the instrumentation. And this could be a hit song today. So I may do that. I've never been above cutting outside stuff. I want the best songs possible, man. I want to bring the best songs possible to life. As a matter of fact, this new album that I'm getting ready to start putting out singles on, of the 7 we've cut, I only wrote 3 of them. So 4 of them are outside cuts. And then we're probably going to end up doing another 6. And that'll be the whole album. So end up with 13 songs or something like that.
Yeah.
And you know, like I said, man, I've got a lot of great songwriter buddies, and they write better songs than me, and I want their songs to get heard. You know, I think that's another thing, another fad that country music has lost, which is the outside cut. You know, cutting a song by a writer who might not can sing at all, but he or she is a lyrical genius, and just a poet. You know, and those songs deserve to be heard. I mean. A prime example is, and I mean this by no disrespect, he's probably my favorite songwriter in town, but there's a guy named Bob DiPiero who wrote Blue Clear Sky. Yeah. He doesn't sing any of the hits he wrote for George Strait as well as George Strait can. You know what I mean? I think that's a given. But he's the man behind the magic in the song. And
but so you go back to like Bob Dylan. He couldn't sing worth a crap either. But he still turned it out. You know,
but he's still, and you know, the thing about Bob Dylan is that I think the longer I'm in the music business, the more I realize that a lot of people can sing well, but especially with country music, and I would say maybe like soul and R&B too, or blues, is having a signature sounding voice is as important, if not more important, than being a pound for pound perfect singer. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think like look at John Anderson. prime
dude.
example of just a voice. When you hear that voice, you're like,
You
that's
know it's him.
that's daggum John Anderson.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter what it is.
Or Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah.
Another prime example. Just a dude, you hear him and you're like, that's Dwight Yoakam. So I think that's what I've tried to lean into is, hey, let's find that thing that's ours. Even Toby Keith, another prime example. You know,
Yeah.
Toby Keith had, and the longer his career on, the more he would lean into that vocal thing. He would do that, he would do with his voice. He would lean into that more because that's what people loved. That was his signature sound.
What's your favorite song that Toby Keith did?
Oh man, I'll tell you my favorite one to play lately is "Who's Your Daddy." We've been playing "Who's Your Daddy" a lot.
Right.
That's such a cool guitar lick. Whenever our lead guitar player breaks in that, that's just a fun song. And like both guys and girls love that song. That'll get a dance floor going easy, man.
My favorite song, which I'm hoping one day I can live up to this song.
Yeah.
Because I want to be the guy that stands on stage with fingers in the air and the song playing in the background.
Yeah.
How Do You Like Me Now?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. We play How Do You, so the Toby Keith songs we do a lot are, we do How Do You Like Me Now? We do Who's Your Daddy? We do Should Have Been a Cowboy, of course.
Yeah.
We do Who's That Man? When I do my acoustic trio on Sundays, I do Who's That Man a lot, which is a great song, an underrated song of his. And I Wish I Didn't Know Now is one we started to do. My drummer is trying to get me to learn Does That Blue Moon Ever Shine on You? So there's so many good ones, man. Toby
he was a legend.
We lost a good one with him, man.
Oh,
we really did. So but we, guys like me and a lot of other artists I know, we keep his memory alive. We'll never forget him, man. He is a country music legend. And talk about paving your own way. Talk about just doing what you want to do, man. He did that. And that's something that I look forward to seeing his plaque in the Hall of Fame one day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because it belongs there. Yeah,
I'll be the first one going, hey, where's the damn plaque?
Yeah. He'll be in there. He'll be in there. I think he'll be in there.
Yeah. I love it. All right. We've held you up enough. I know you got to go get ready. You got a show tonight. Where are you playing tonight?
I'm playing at Chiefs. I'm playing at Chiefs here in a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at CMA Fest.
Yeah. Likewise. Because, we're going to talk about something because
we can talk about it right now if you want to.
Oh, no. We're going to talk in private on this.
Okay. All right, cool. I'm ready.
I appreciate you being on, and I'll see you at CMA Fest. And everybody tell everybody where you're located at.
Okay. So my social media is Trey Calloway Music on everything. I'm just Trey Calloway on Spotify, and www.treycallawaymusic.com is my website.
Awesome. So we'll get everybody steered your way, hopefully. And
thanks, Dave.
I'm telling everybody out there, go stream Trey's music. You will be blown away. He don't look like it, but the damn man can sing.
This new album, I'm excited. I'm really excited about this new album.
I am too.
I think the world's going to love it. I'm manifesting.
Hey, if you decide to put it on vinyl, I'll be the first one with my hand raised.
All right, David. Sounds like a plan.
All right, brother. I'll see you soon, man.
Okay,
appreciate it.
Take care.
All right, bye. All right, everybody, please like, share, follow, subscribe, and stay tuned because we've got Antonio McKay coming on, an actor and a producer. He's got a TV show that's actually on Roku and some other stuff. So y'all stick around. 4:00, I believe it is. Yeah, 4:00. That's what we're going to do. So I'm ready. You ready? Yay. Caitlin gave me a thumbs up. So, all right. Love you. Mean it. See you in a few. Bye.